Hello, I'm Anna Hewitt-Channell, community contributor to Mountain Lake Journal. An innovative, collaborative network in the North Country aims to empower and connect professional women across the region in a casual and comfortable setting. Designed for entrepreneurs, executives, and emerging leaders, ADK Woman has a mission to provide resources, relationships, and inspiration to grow. Joining us now is the founder of ADK Woman, LeeAnne Ruff of Keysville, New York.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Can you tell me more about how the idea of ADK Woman came to life?
Oh, absolutely. First, let me tell you, ADK Woman is a networking site. It is an online site that offers a variety of different membership options. And the idea was to build something where women, it doesn't matter where you live in our region, could come together and feel united and feel supported. So the site has the ability to chat back and forth. It has the ability for reading a blog. There's a podcast. And then there's also a variety of different in-person events. We do coffee chats. We do mentorship circles. We do friend working. So there's a lot of ways to build connection. So you go in, you decide how you want to join us, you put your profile in, and then you take advantage of all the things that we offer. So it came about, though, which your original question, was I had been living, I moved here in 1992, but there was a stint where I lived out of the area. I came back to the area after building a really successful corporate career and realized there's a real need for building and supporting professional women in our area. And I moved back to Keysville. And when I did that, after having had this long career in sales and growth, and in those types of roles you speak, you get to do a lot of speaking in front of people, and your role is to motivate and inspire a sales field. And when I came back, I realized that I really wanted to do that here. That in 1992, my husband and I moved here and we raised our family here. And I started a business here. And the women of the North Country in this region really supported me. And so when I came back after building this long, successful career, I knew I wanted to give back to women here. And I saw a lot of professional women who were just like I was, building a family, growing a career, trying to do all the things. And I said to myself, who is the person standing beside them, cheering them on, saying, you're going to go through some really hard things, but guess what? You're going to do it. You're going to be able to get through everything that comes your way. I didn't feel like I had that voice, so I really wanted to have a way to be that voice for more women, specifically here in the North Country, because I'd lived on the West Coast, I'd lived in cities, and there are some amazing women right here where we live. And they deserve every ounce of a cheerleader, support. I like to call it scaffolding. And ADK Woman was an idea of building that scaffolding around women. You can do it yourself. You can build big, you can build strong, but sometimes you just need that scaffolding to protect you as you grow. And I saw a real need for that. And so it was that kind of an idea, and I met another woman in Saranac Lake. Her name is Mindy Audlin, and she was very new to the area, but she has the same kind of goals and attitude that I have for motivating and inspiring and helping women to grow. And so together we came up with this idea of ADK Woman. And originally, I have to say, this was purely a networking website. I thought, women are going to love it. They're going to be able to chat on the website. They're going to be blog posts. They're going to be sharing all kinds of ideas. But what I realized in talking to the hundreds of women that I've talked to, they want connection deeper than online.
Absolutely.
And so ADK Woman has kind of grown and evolved based on the need that we see of women right here in our region.
Now, LA is a huge, I think, change from Keysville, New York, going out west. What was the pivotal moment when you were in LA where you were like, I want to bring this to upstate New York. I want to create this in the Adirondacks?
Well, it wasn't really an idea born in LA. It was born when I came back and I had gone through some major life changes. So I'm a mom of 4. And the reason I was in Los Angeles was because our youngest is a performing artist. So I knew my time in LA was always going to be just based on the needs of my daughter. So when I came back, I still had some really big corporate roles. And it wasn't until I went through being the caregiver of my parents and helping them cross their finish line that I realized women need more than just business advice. Like I said, they need that scaffolding. And so it was going through those life experiences that I felt I needed that support that made me realize, well, why can't I do it here? And you know what really matters to me is the women like yourself, the younger generation of professional women who, my kids are grown and they've left the house. But when I was building my career, and I built a very successful business while I raised 4 kids. At the time I started that business, I had 3 that were 6 and under. And then I added 1 as my business grew. It was those years that it would have been amazing if there were other women beside me saying, you've got this, you've got this.
Support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just coming back. It's kind of a full circle moment.
Yeah. How do you hope that your career and the things you travel speaking about influences the future generations?
I believe that we need connection, number one. And so I hope that what I do as far as being a speaker and traveling and doing keynotes and leadership retreats and workshops and all that, I hope that I can be that bridge of connection for women to rely on each other. I like to tell my audience that look around the room, this isn't your competition. You're all on the same team. And the moment you start to think of other women as your competition, then the team implodes. We don't have time for that. We're bigger than that. So I hope that through my voice and my story, I can help women feel that we're all connected. And if we lean into that and we give each other hope and support, then everyone is elevated.
I had the pleasure of attending a friend working event 2 weeks ago, and I loved it, and my coworkers loved it also. Our boss has sponsored it so that we can attend this and get the experience, and I think when we left, we felt like our cups had been filled with something besides selling a business or pushing something like that. Can you explain how you came up with how you were going to do your events, how you were going to control them, why you wanted it to be different, that sort of thing?
So when we launched ADK Woman, I realized, like I said, there was a need for connection, especially when we live in such a rural area. It's hard for women to come together. I joined as many things as I could join just so that I could meet more people and see what the need was. Been to a lot of networking events, and I actually am an introvert. I tend to be very shy in circumstances where I don't know anyone. So going to an event, a networking event, is very hard for me. And what I realized as we were growing ADK Woman is that I wasn't getting the excitement and the enthusiasm that I wanted. So I said, let me just scrap the ADK Woman invite and just go and invite women that I know in the community. And that's the first friend working. And that's why I called it friend working, because I wanted to include any woman that I knew in my life. Didn't have to be a member of ADK Woman, just professionals that I know in the area. And I said, this is going to be different. There's no business cards allowed. You come, I call it, it's not a potluck, you don't have to bring anything. It's not an escape room, you don't have to claw your way out.
Yeah.
It's come as you are, come with a need, and come with a way to fill someone else's need. And so we do it differently. There's, like I said, you are not there to promote your business, you're there to stand, neck and neck with other women who are going through what you're going through. And what's born there are the connections and the friendships. Friendships ultimately lead to the strongest relationships. That's where business relationships grow. It all starts with friend to friend. And so that is the whole premise of friend working.
So I have your book, My Personal Best, in front of me. I'm a proud owner of that. Will you sign it after too?
Of course.
One of your quotes in the book is, keep living, learning, surviving, and growing. Your best self emerges through the trials you overcome. It resonated with me immediately. At what point did you come up with the idea to write your own self-care journal?
Well, I've always been a writer, and I love to write blog posts, and I have an idea for a book. I've been kind of working on that, and this idea came about because of my followers, really. I'm pretty active on social media, and there were a lot of requests for my old posts that I've written on social media. I love to write. Every day I write in a journal. And I believe in the power of writing in a journal. And I thought, well, if I take some of my most popular posts and I put them in the form of a journal, and I use that post for someone to then get a prompt to write about with their own personal spin and their own, personal story, then that would be a great addition for someone in their repertoire of all the books and journals and all the things that we tend to buy on a whim and put them on the shelf and not use them. And I was just hoping that this would be something that, because of the prompts, it would help women really feel centered and feel in control of their lives.
Thank you for joining me, LeeAnne. As always, I love having a conversation with you.
Well, I am honored that you asked me as your first guest.
Yes.
Anna. This is wonderful.
I knew you were perfect for it.
Well, I love doing anything that promotes women in our area, and so it's a privilege.
Thank you so much. Any woman looking to connect and build relationships built on friendship may join ADK Woman. Employers may explore executive memberships and sponsorships to allow their team members access to the events. For more information about resources, networking, meetups, and events, head to the website adkwoman.com.